We are not here to talk about toxic positivity or what is not in our reality. And that is that sometimes our mood gets weighted down by just circumstances, things in life. And for me, right now, the reason why this topic is popping up is because sometimes it's the environment that can weigh our mood down and just lead to the blues, the doldrums. And I am one that is experiencing some of the winter doldrums right now, where I'm at in location is full on winter, cold, dark, dreary. Ugh. And it got me thinking about this topic. Because we in our family like to do some simple hacks for our mood day to day, day in and day out, that are free and simple, and everyone has access to these things. So these are great to do with kids too, even kids that are in a bad mood for any reason, not just related to the season. But it's also great to utilize this type of a hack for whatever you're experiencing in life that may have you down or just in a funk that you don't want to stay in. Okay. So anytime you want to flip that switch, um, you have the abilities given to you. You're created with the abilities to help yourself through that funk. Okay. Again, realistically, it's part of life, right? It's not like we can just snap our fingers and everything's fine, right? But my friend actually came up with a great term for what I'm talking about today, and that is this is like, sorry, this hair is like shocking me. It's so swoopy. But she came up with this term, and it's called keeping the light, is what she referred to it as. And I was like, I love that. This is how we keep the light in the middle of darkness, or when the darkness closes in or the moodiness closes in. Okay. So if you like that term, there you have it. Keeping that beacon of hope, that reminder of goodness and reminder of happiness and what is uplifting in our lives. And the way I hack it is with the five senses: touch, hearing, sight, smell, taste. Going back to kindergarten, you guys. Our five senses can help us hack our difficult realities. And here's how: by engaging our five senses differently, we give our brain new signals to take in instead of those that are difficult or depressing or downtrodden. We can change the script. So, some of what I mean by this might be, let's take the winter doldrum example, right? For the sense of touch, surrounding yourself with what physically feels good. Maybe it's more hugs from your family. Maybe it's a cozy robe or a blanket, a fireplace that warms you. All right. For the sense of hearing, maybe it's certain music that uplifts you, or podcasts, audiobooks, even frequencies, like certain hertz of frequencies can be healing and uplifting, or affirmations or scripture or mantras, all of which you can pretty much access for free on like YouTube and other Spotify, other um, streaming services have all different kinds of things that we can listen to uplift us. And also watching what we say is what we hear ourselves saying can also be part of how we hack our sense of hearing, right? What we see is about what's around us, what we surround ourselves with. So sometimes I like to bring in, for me at least in our family, some nature for grounding and mood uplifting, even in the winter. It's kind of a challenge, like in a fun way, to find some winter nature pieces to bring into our environment. Or maybe it's like beauty and art, or beauty uplifting things in anything around you that's in your environment. Maybe it's just having a clean, tidy space for a little while that just like can calm you and bring you back to your best centered self. For your sense of taste, it's all the good flavors that bring you comfort and joy and uplift your soul and your spirit. So maybe it's baking extra, or cooking special home cooked meals, or maybe it's going to get something tasty out of the house, and getting up and doing that. Or maybe for me, you might be with me on this one, it's just that hot cup of coffee or a hot mug of tea that is just perfect for what you need to uplift your soul. It's like a hug in a mug, right? Um, Finally, the sense of smell I left for last actually, because this is one of like, to me, the secret sauce ways to hack your five senses actually. Because the olfactory system, our sniffer system, is so closely connected to a specific area of our brain, it actually can impact our mood quickly, effectively, and almost more impactfully than maybe some of these other hacks even might. That's because the olfactory system and the nerves from that um, are really closely aligned with the limbic system in your brain, which is right back here behind your olfactory system. And so our sense of smell almost directly kind of aligns with or correlates with our center of our brain responsible for a lot of our mood, memories, and some autoregulatory stuff in our bodies. But basically, emotions, mood, and memory system is associated with our limbic system in our brain and also very, very closely related, like next door neighbor to our olfactory system. So, what we smell is a really actually powerful hack for our mood. Isn't that funny? And you can think, I'm sure, of times where smells triggered certain memories or certain emotions for you. That's why there is a very close association. So I am all about definitely optimizing the sense of smell. Plus, it's a really easy way to change the environment for everybody in your household without actually like doing much. You infuse the air with a scent, everybody's breathing, so they are kind of not immune to experiencing that hack. Okay, if you get what I'm saying, especially when kids come into play and they may not want to, cozy up with you on the couch and like have a hug from mom. But if you can get some sense in their environment that might impact their mood, they got to breathe when they're around you. I'm just saying, they can't stop breathing without consequences. So they're going to be kind of forced to experience that hack. I recommend sticking to healthy smell hacks. And that being said, because you don't want to be introducing toxic chemicals into your olfactory system, that defeats the purpose of being healthy. So, my recommendations are one of the most simple things: a pot of water on the stove with good smelling things from nature in it. So like pine needles or cranberries and oranges and cinnamon sticks or spices, and let that simmer on the stove and infuse your home with uplifting smells. Again, pick what you like, what would suit you to be smelling. That's one of the easiest ways without like additional supplies for you to just create a scent in your home and in your environment that might be uplifting. We also love to diffuse. We diffuse essential oils. And of course, we only use pure ones because, again, I don't want to defeat the purpose. Toxins, pesticides, other chemicals that are um, dangerous chemicals or toxic chemicals can lower our frequency and actually decrease our mood or impact our mood negatively. So I don't want to counteract what I'm trying to do. So we diffuse essential oils, and I choose blends like citruses, maybe some florals that I know are geared towards creating joy in my environment. There's actually a blend I like to use called Joy, and I like to mix it with orange essential oil because that is one that is particularly a happy oil for a lot of people and can like pretty instantly hack a mood, if you know what I'm saying. So I like to create combos like that with citrus involved. Sometimes tree oils like spruces and pines can be very, very uplifting and also grounding at the same time. Because if you think of a tree, it is a very grounded plant with big old roots holding that thing up. So it also works that way in our own bodies. So I kind of go with what we need in our family environment or what I need as mama bear. But I thought I would share with you this simple way to hack your mood using your five senses. Change what you are receiving into your senses. Definitely capitalize on the olfactory system and your sense of smell when doing it. And I highly recommend diffusing. Get your hands on some oils and go to town with that because the effects are truly instantaneous. It never doesn't work in our environment with our own kids and with myself. So, love me some good mood boosting tips. I hope this helped you out. And I sent a newsletter, an email newsletter this week with some more tips, especially about like diffuser blends and some more thoughts about what I just talked to you guys about here. So if you'd like to get that email as well and have that on hand, just drop me a comment and we'll get you hooked up on my email list and you will have access to that as well. All right, go forth and conquer that mood. May we all be a little more joyful this season.